let's pour some out for our dear friend Skiable. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Indeed.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, I have no fucking clue how this show would attempt to nerf Gigist, because this dude is already way too much. So it's like all like Rainbow Gotchard is somehow going to be on his level, and we're just going to have two fucking gods fighting, or I don't know, Rainbow Gotchard is just going to spark him and just going to be like that, and he's just nerfed. I don't know, but I love the way the episode treated him as this main threat that doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, with him just eviscerating one of the high council members of the academy and also being able to teleport people, while also hinting that he was the one giving Spanner his black flame powers, insisting that, oh yes, you wanted it, you just wanted to destroy things. And also, the big one, at least in my opinion, he was the person that created the first two chemis, which doesn't intend that he created all of them, he just created Dragolo and Gygord, or Gygard. I think it's Gygard and like Duragolos, if I remember correctly, and pretty much all of the other chemis are just replicas, almost like dark replicas. So are you telling me, now if I'm really thinking about it, there are like 3 sets of like replica chemis? There is the original 2, then there is other like 99 chemis, and then there is like the dark replica chemis and the like the legend rider chemis, because I don't believe they're like official chemis, but I believe they're some sort of chemis. Should I stop? Yeah, but that was like really cool. And he pretty much created the first 2 chemis to seek and destroy, and pretty much all of the other chemis, because the first 2 were created to destroy, were also kind of created to be monsters. And he said it straight to Hotoro's face and Hopper One's. It's really mean. And then he takes Skiabo and turns him into amalgam, literally out of nothing. Here's the thing, the first arc of the show, all of the amalgams were created by Human Malice. When Garyon came in, he still needed something to fuse with the chemi, being the dolls. This is the first time we had like an amalgam created out of nothing, which is cool. And then the Skiabo amalgam and Hotoro fought, and Hotoro defeated him. But this time, that fight ended in kind of a different way. Skiabo couldn't be recaptured because Skiabo died. Okay, like, here's the thing. This was amazing. I love Gigist as the main villain of the show, because he is this really powerful being, but like there is still enough mystery about him that genuinely interests me, because he truly insists that he is the demonic figure that the Daybreak Alchemist fought, and no one really believes him. So it's like, wait a minute, that's like actually interesting, because it's not like, oh, he's very powerful, so in fact he is that. Here's the thing, we still don't know if Gigist was actually like the real person, if it's not just, you know, Garyon in disguise, because for fuck's sake they could have just fused. Like literally that demonic figure is just powers. The power set is literally the power of darkness, the power of nihilism being consumed by something. And this is how kind of Garyon presents it. Maybe like that power has some sort of a personality or some sort of an intelligence, and it can actually talk and speak, and it actually is kind of the demonic figure, but it's not actually is, which is fucking interesting, while also like shedding more light on that fairy tale, how much of it is real, how much of it is not. And also, hey, I was kind of wrong, because like I thought, oh yeah, the Academy are truly going to be a part of the bad guys. Yeah, they're not. They're just fucking idiots that like literally when like Spanner and Minato came to them, it's like, hey, there's this Gigas dude. We don't fucking know how powerful he is, but we need to do something. They're saying, we don't know how powerful he is. Yeah, let's fucking wait and see. And it's like, bro, no. We need to probably start doing shit and not waiting and seeing. And Gigas is like, oh, don't worry, you can watch me kill one of your members and then just, you know, try to kill Spanner. Oh boy, that was hard to watch. And having Gigas explain to Hotoro the true origins of the Kamis and their real purpose was like a really interesting way to kind of develop the plot around the Kamis, while also, which kind of you can say would install some doubt in Hotoro. How much, again, he's literally the voice of optimism, he's the light of the show. I don't see him being kind of like, oh my god, are the Kamis really good guys? Like, he would still see it, but maybe other characters would maybe think otherwise, and that would be interesting. But also having Gigas kind of come out and actually try to take the Nagajiri egg that is inside Hotoro straight up, like an episode after he discovered that it is inside of Hotoro. Very much a smart move to do for Gigas, because I think other villains would have just maybe waited for a perfect opportunity to do it. But also it is kind of interesting because he said that this is his powers. This is the powers that he needs to bear. This is the powers that he created. What does it mean? Is it still like, will the big reveal be that Hotoro and the 101 Kemi are connected? Maybe Hotoro is half Kemi. Maybe if you combine them both, Rainbow Gotchard will appear. Maybe the actual like usage of the Gotchard driver slowly turns Hotoro into a Kemi, which still would make him half Kemi, half human, but it would be a lot more interesting if he would have been half Kemi, half human from the beginning. Maybe, just maybe, the Daybreak Alchemist was always Hotoro, and each and every decade a new Hotoro is being born, and that's it. Because of that, he was in the Ouroboros realm. Because of that, Hotoro's dad is not really a key plot point, because maybe Hotoro's mom brought young Hotoro in, and like the dad's like, no, I'm not going to raise a child that's not mine, and just dipped out. Like, yeah, maybe the picture is weird because like, there is very much a picture of like a young Hotoro and his dad. I still believe it could be like Geryon, or even if now I'm thinking about it with my theory of Hotoro being the Daybreak Alchemist no matter what, and it's just kind of like a birth that always happens. Maybe it could be Fuga, and it's like he's not actually Fuga's child. It's pretty much like he took him in way more. Again, that could be really interesting. And if I already talk about the Daybreak Alchemist and the tale, it's great to see that tale kind of continue to be a part of the show. Specifically, a specific spice that comes out of a golden flower that makes everybody happy is now being brought up, which is an interesting thing that also brings in another gacha for a Hotoro to strive for, while also kind of probably being the main plot of next week's episode, with a Hopper 1 probably trying to find that golden flower, which you can clearly see, like Hopper 1 when he sees it, it's like, oh, it could make other people happy. Oh, that's great, I want to find it. Like, it's such an interesting like thing to do for a character that doesn't really speak, but I can clearly see it. I can clearly envision like how Hopper 1, if he would have talked, let's say with an inside monologue, this is what he would probably say. Like, it works great. I just hope that this flower would not bring back Skiabo, because I kind of want a lot of the dead Kemis to kind of stay dead. If you want to bring them back, like bring them back maybe with like the crossover movie with Gav, I don't know, but like don't bring back Skiabo. He died an honorable death, and I am sorry, I don't know how to insert it into the review because like the beginning of the episode was kind of like, oh, that was just all the actors riffing, and that is Kyoka trying to experiment with making Lachesis a real human by trying to make her laugh, which like in exception to like Sabimaru and Reine's like really cool like synchronization thing, like that was cool, but everything else was kind of like like Renge just does weird faces and Totoro gets tickled. I don't know, but like overall, like this episode very much emphasized the main theme of Gotchard. It's very much optimism and compassion. Literally, like Totoro is the light of compassion. He would thrive to make people happy. He would thrive to see people do what they want. Like he actually gains people's respect. Like he really gains Spanner's respect. They're not friends, but you can say they're equal like partners. At least partners in fighting crime. The same with Reine, the same with Kyoka, the same with Minato. You even can say the same with Lachesis, the same even with Koloff. Because here's the thing, when like Gigas kind of say, oh, we're going to kill Totoro, like Koloff kind of like looked at him like really odd and like, oh, maybe he kind of got through to her. Like that's so interesting. Like I think Totoro as a protagonist, yes, very vanilla, very generic. Here's the thing, I've been rewatching a lot of the Great Main Universe stuff for a semi of a video that I'm planning to work on, and it's like I've already finished SSSSS Gridman, and like if I would compare like Hibiki to Totoro, I know it's really tough because like I'm comparing a show that is 12 episodes long to a show that is 50 episodes long, but like in those 12 episodes a lot of developments happened, and like I can say that all the cast was well developed, in exception to one character, and that is fucking Hibiki. Hibiki as a quote-unquote protagonist was kind of boring. He was, spoiler, in the most kind of vague way possible, he was literally a vessel. That's the only thing I would say. But like Totoro actually like you can really feel that he's the main theme of the show. Like, and it really contrasts so well with what like fucking Gigist is, and that is like true nihilism. He, like Totoro, believe in what people want, but here's the difference. Totoro believes in the person and what the person wants. Gigist, just like, oh yeah, you want to destroy things, you want to kill, you want to maim, that's what you want to do because that's the obvious thing, right? And that's fucking great. He's literally, we're doing a light versus darkness story, and people just, like a lot of people just looking at it very shallow, and because of that a lot of people are like looking at this in a very stupid, oh, this is very much a shallow show, it's mid, it's not great, and it's like, really? Like, I see a lot of great things in this show. Like, this episode really brought back my hype for Gotchard. I'm kind of upset that the subs didn't come out as early as possible, and I'm kind of sad that this review kind of is being delayed. For fuck's sake, it should have been up a lot like earlier, but the subs that I currently love using just kind of like took a weird break, which could be a holiday that I just don't know about, but yeah, like I truly enjoyed the episode. I don't give a shit. I love what Gotchard right now is doing. It really picked me up from the slump that was the Legend arc. I think the Legend arc was completely useless. It didn't really do a lot. It was a big toy commercial. I wish it never existed. But this episode gets an A+. Don't give a shit. So, what you thought about Gigist's first real arrival? Like, his actual arrival, his actual debut, because it's fully now his arc. What do you think about Totoro and his eggs? Well, What's going on with that? How we got there? Where we're going? Comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching this episode, watching my review, episode 36. If you like the video, please smash that like button and also smash that subscribe button. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.